Hello and welcome to the channel. Something a bit different for today's video. Basically, I've ignored my own advice and gone out and bought a cheap Chinese polytunnel. So what we've got here is the old remnants of the greenhouse that was taken down about, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago. So I've been out and bought a 6 by 3 metre polytunnel to sit on top of it. It doesn't quite fit. The polytunnel is going to be about 2 foot short. This is where it's going to come to. This is where the old glass house came to, so we're about 2 foot short, so I don't know quite what I'm going to do in the end yet, but I'll fabric cobble something together when I get to that. And also the old glass house was a little bit less than 3 metres wide, so I'm going to have to squash the sides in a bit to make it fit, but I'm sure I'll come up with something. So my basic idea to hold it down, I'm going to drill through these angle irons. That'll be an upright like that. I'm going to drill through the angle irons and bolt the polytunnel to it. Unfortunately the angle irons don't match up with where the hoop should go. There'll be a hoop there, so we're about a foot off there, but it should, if my calculations are right, it should hold it down. Anyway, we'll get cracking and see how far we get. Okay, so I've made a start in this corner. Basically what I've done is I've drilled through, been out and bought some longer bolts, bolted it to the angle iron that was cut off from the glass house. You can see better here what I've done. Bought some longer bolts, drilled through that angle iron, through that one, and I'll do this right round the whole base rail on there. And that should hold it. Now, I'm no structural engineer, but I think that will hold this tunnel down better than what came with it, which basically is this. A bag with 4 guy ropes in and 4 little pegs. Yeah, right, that's really going to hold it down, isn't it? So let's get cracking and get the rest of the base rail in. Well, I think that's it for today. True to form, they started absolutely lashing it down with rain. I think we'll come back tomorrow. I've got a couple of hoops up just about, so we made a good start anyway. Okay, so we're back after yesterday's downpour. It's a bit windy and it's cold, but at least the sun's shining for now. Let's get cracking and see how far we can get. I've got the base rail in right round, that's completed, so I can make a start putting a few more hoops on now before it rains again. Well, the wind's dropped, so if the weather stays like this, I might get the sheet on this afternoon. Fingers crossed. Looking like a tunnel. Right, here goes with the sheet. I've got it laid out along the side. So I think all I've got to do now is pull it up over the top. Making sure that it's not inside out this time. Should have had anti-hotspot tape on the hooks, but I haven't got any, so I'll have to do without. Well, it looks like a polytunnel. I don't think that's bad. I'll get it fastened on. I'll probably make a door frame for in there and put a proper door in instead of that zip front at some point. And I'm a bit disappointed that there's no bracing in this back, but I can surely cobble something together for that. All I've got to do now is learn how to grow stuff. I'm sure there'll be some YouTube videos somewhere showing me how to grow tomatoes. Oh, I'm pleased with that. Don't suppose it'll last long, but it was only 150 quid. So. Right, so that's the cover on. But I need to fasten it down now. So the plan is, I've got some old pallet wood here, which is not ideal. I'm going to rip it down the middle, cut that in half, and make some lats. Lie the lats on the tail end of this polythene like that, and then hopefully I'm going to use some of these concrete anchors to drill through it and into the wall top, and hopefully that should hold the polythene down, because there's nothing that actually comes with a kit to fasten it down with. But that should work. Ideally I'd use tannalised lats like this one, but that's the only piece I have, and it's Easter weekend, so I'm not going to get any this weekend, but I'll make do with this old pallet wood for now. Right, I've pinned the other side down along the wall top, so now I've got to pull all the slack out to this side and try and hold it down while I fasten this side on. I'll put the tension on from this side. I can always come back and readjust this. I'm just going to start in the middle and work my way towards the end. You can always come back and retighten these. I ain't going to retighten that one, it's snapped off. Well, that went fairly well. It's fastened down right all the way around. I'm quite pleased with it for what it is. They're not great, but I'm sure it'll do. It's going to be a work in progress. I want to put some more bracing in and hopefully get a wooden, make a wooden door frame for them, put a proper door on instead of that zipped end. But yeah, quite pleased with it. Well, that's it for this video. If you like what you see, give it a thumbs up and I'll see you in the next one.